Ahoy! Cam? One sec. Great. I have an open mattress. Should do that. And then EA app. There you go. Took EA app a little bit longer than I would have liked to start then. Right. Capture the game. Arcade Fire. It's incredible how many passages remained undiscovered even after the Chantry's arrival. And they scoured every inch of these mountains for years in search for anything related to the sacred ashes. The cult didn't build all of this. It was here long before. And who knows how many years it will take to find it all. Of the new passages discovered during the search, most were long empty or contained goods far beyond salvage. A few, however, yielded some artifacts of interest, and one evidently contains strange ruins we have yet to translate. If we can find someone capable of doing so, it may prove of use. We got money. We've received weapon plans and located an apiary to supply us. When the idea was presented, the beekeeper tented his fingers and sneered. Of course. Quite disturbing. The ruins discovered in the mountain passage during this recent search are of a type never seen before, neither to Vinter nor Elven, and perhaps dating back to a time of Andraste herself. There are few who might be able to translate the script, and the benefit of doing so is unknown. Of agents of magical knowledge and means required texts, let's work on this ourselves. I know of several Antivan scholars who can be discreet. They would happily translate the runes for us. Let's do it ourselves.
Let's see what we have.
Research from Rex's reports. Show this sign, a triangle, point down, two wavy lines to it. A lookout spotted it in chalk on a ruined wall close to one of our outposts. A cursory inquiry into the symbols revealed nothing. Archivists are still looking. Agent Argent thinks she saw the symbol or something very like it scrawled in a ledger that belonged to the Comtesse de Bayard. Bayard? The sweep was done as you ordered. Almost every outpost of ours has been marked in this manner. Many believe we are being watched. To what end, we do not know. What about a decoy outpost set up near a trade route and watch carefully? If someone decides to take out their piece of chalk, we'll have them. We follow up on Argent's lead. The Comtesse de Bayard is reclusive and remains steadfastly neutral in all matters, but I'm certain I can find some way to gain her cooperation. I kind of want to do this, but whatever.
Let us begin.
Confrontation with Mother Havara and Valoreo Market had the desired effect, to a point. The Chantry's condemnation of the Inquisition was lost amid a furious speculation over the actions of Lord Seeker Lucius, as well as a divide in the opinions of the remaining Chantry clerics. There are, however, clerics still loudly denouncing the Herald of Andraste. The Inquisition could leave them to their speeches, but dealing with them before the Chantry election Divine could be of benefit. These clerics were not at the conclave for a reason. They all have secrets and weaknesses we should exploit. Delicate hand is needed. We should focus on clerics who can be swayed, make the voices louder than those of opposers. Send a contingent of Inquisition soldiers to the Gang Cathedral.
To work?
A letter addressed to Vivienne lies opened on the table, and note has been added to the top which reads, Josephine, darling, you should take care of this. V. My dearest Vivienne. You cannot have heard the shocking allegations against the Inquisition, or surely you would never have been seen with them. Allow me as a friend to open your eyes. People are saying the divine Justinia is indeed alive, but that the Inquisition, her closest advisors, and her most trusted servants have orchestrated all this chaos on her orders. That it was Seeker Pentagast and Sister Nightingale who sabotaged the conclave in order to eliminate the opposition within the Chantry and cut off the hands of the Mage Rebellion and Templars in a single stroke. To save your own reputation, you must escape this acquaintance immediately. With deepest concern, Vicomtesse Elodie de Moreau. We need the support of the nobles to combat this ruin, or I can arrange a few key visits. Proving the divine's death would just be used against us. We need to find the source of this rumor. Is anything he wants to do a good idea? It can make no sense if this Herald find her. Perhaps she could advise? Cullen. You big hats, Lord whoever says you rubbish. These servants don't care, but could drop a few things for him. They'll give Josephine a surprise, think scrolls or something. Sarah, a scribble of heraldic symbols and directions below. Also Sarah's name 37 times. We require middlemen. Secure the goods in the favour of the noble. The heraldry is of a minor house. Shall we instead see what the surprise might be? You know what? I'm just gonna... send Cullen after money because I think everything he wants to do is just gonna make shit worse. What level am I? Something. I think it's 8. I don't want to go to Redcliffe. Wow, we actually have a decent number. Oh shit! I need to charge this. Sec. Right, how many have we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 3, 4. Done. Right. She used ice in a cutscene, and ice, I think, suits her. Enemies that are already frozen on shield take massive damage, 1000% weapon damage. I prefer that. Okay. Apparently you're going to use all of them. You know what? Belt of the Winter Pact, exactly the sort of thing we should give someone we've just given a bunch of ice abilities to. Okay, have a life ward. Has anyone actually died yet?
Nothing to report, sir.
Of our party? He's down by the river, isn't he? Although, given the direction of the waterfall, I'd probably say he's up by the river. Let's go this way.
Nothing to report, sir.
Fine, I'll use the path. It way more fun. He's over by that house, isn't he? There he is. Tom Rainier himself.
They will make this a fight, not us. Line there and there, no gaps. Keep focused. They'll know what it means. Remember how to carry your shields. You're not hiding, you're holding. Otherwise, it's useless.
Blackwall? Warden Blackwall?
You're not... How do you know my name? Who said... Ah! That's it. Help or get out. We're dealing with these idiots first. Conscripts, here they come! Sorry, bastards. Good work, conscripts. Even if this shouldn't have happened, they could have... Well, thieves are made, not born. Take back what they stole. Go back to your families. You saved yourselves. You're no farmer. Why do you know my name? Who are you?
I know your name because I'm an agent of the Inquisition. I'm investigating whether the disappearance of Wardens has anything to do with the murder of the Divine.
Maker's balls. The Wardens and the Divine. That can't... No, you're asking so you don't really know. First off, I didn't know they disappeared. But we do that, right? No more blight, job done. Wardens are the first thing forgotten. But one thing I'll tell you, no Warden killed the Divine. Our purpose...
I didn't say you had.
I'm not here to accuse. Not yet. I just need information. I've only found you. Where are the rest?
I haven't seen any Wardens for months. I travel alone, recruiting. Not much interest because the Archdemon is a decade dead, and no need to conscript because there's no blight coming. Treaties give Wardens the right to take what we need, who we need. These idiots forced this fight, so I conscripted their victims. They had to do what I said, so I told them to stand. Next time they won't need me. Grey Wardens can inspire, make you better than you think you are.
I wasn't aware Grey Wardens could take whatever they want.
It's complicated. If there's a blight, everyone has to help the effort to fight it. The treaties are ancient. Outside of blights, it's as binding as a clever tongue can make it.
Do you have any idea where the other Wardens could have gone?
Maybe they returned to our stronghold at Weishaupt? That's in the Anderfels, a long way north. I don't really know. Can't imagine why they'd all disappear at once, let alone where they'd disappear to.
Why haven't you gone missing like the rest of them?
Well, maybe I was going to. Or maybe there's a new directive but a runner got lost or something. My job was to recruit on my own. Plan to stay that way for months. Years.
You're gonna come on to him in our first conversation?
It's been a pleasure, Warden Blackwall, but this didn't help at all.
Inquisition. Agent, did you say? Hold a moment. The Divine is dead and the sky is torn. Events like these, thinking we're absent is almost as bad as thinking we're involved. If you're trying to put things right, maybe you need a Warden. Maybe you need me.
Warden Blackwall, the Inquisition accepts your offer.
Good to hear. We both need to know what's going on. And perhaps I've been keeping to myself for too long. This Warden walks with the Inquisition.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squishy squad. Right. We got anything for you? Nope. We already looked at you. Great. Accessories. Have I given anything to Sarah? No, I have not. Give you a grenades belt. Do you have any grenades? Not yet. I think. Weird not having ice armor. Yeah, should we go get I go see the grenades and potions area. I think that's where I can give Sarah some things to throw. And then should we go and recruit the Iron Bull? I think it was over this way. Oh. 29 elf fruit. Have 123. Oh, okay. Maybe it's in camp. Maybe it's in...
Thank you, no. Can't eat while I'm working. Crumbs in a potion could ruin everything.
His parents and onto the nation. I will take these injury reports to Researcher Minave. My scouts still comb the hills for clues about the explosion. I'll take what I can find.
Browden has not seen significant Grey Warden activity since the Darkspawn attacked the city of Amaranthine 10 years ago. It's not unusual for their orders to fade from public notice when there's no blight. However, the recent reports claim that a group was travelling along the northern coastline. Wardens tend to follow their own agenda, but if the breach has no doubt caught their attention. If they do know something, then Inquisitions find out. They're reclusive but not untraceable. If there are signs of their passage of the Storm Coast, my agents will find them. Sister Leniana. Lieutenant Harding left a small complement of soldiers to the Storm Coast region to investigate reports of Grey Warden activity. She sent words that her party has established a camp near the shore, but we've received nothing further. At this time, the status of Harding and her mission remains unknown. Rector. Wrecked him? Damn near killed him. Right, who are we taking with us? Two, three. Ah. Classic squad. The OGs.
Your worship, for what it's worth, welcome to the Storm Coast. I would have sent word sooner, but our efforts have been delayed.
How so?
There's a group of bandits operating in the area. They know the terrain, and our small party has had trouble going up against them. Some of our soldiers went to speak with their leader. Haven't heard back, though.
I'll do what I can to find our people.
Thank you, your worship. That's a relief. The soldiers didn't have an exact location for the bandits, but they were starting their search farther down the beach. With all this fuss, we haven't been able to conduct a proper search for the wardens either. Well, good luck, and enjoy the sea air. I hear it's good for the soul.
Requisitions? That was a bit disconcerting.
Dispatch for you.
What is it?
This could help us.
Sandra. She could probably do with rock armor. Sarah needs bees. Oh, I can equip everyone. Oh. No. That seems odd. Can they not, like, defend everyone? So I have to use the grenades manually. Might be annoying. Oh. Alright, so she's not actually going to do anything unless I need defending. Okay, fair enough. Ah, there's the iron ball. We're not doing any damage to him. Oh, now we are. Apparently I just had to get closer in order to actually hit. I wonder if that was to ensure that the battle wouldn't actually finish before I got there. That everyone was immortal until I came close.
Chargers! Stand down! Prim! How'd we do?
5 or 6 wounded, Chief. No dead.
That's what I like to hear. Let the throat cutters finish up, then break out the casks. So, you're with the Inquisition, huh? Glad you could make it. Come on, have a seat. Drinks are coming.
Iron Bull, I presume.
Yeah, the horns usually give it away. I assume you remember Cremisius Aclassi, my lieutenant.
Good to see you again. Throat cutters are done, Chief.
Already? Have them check again. I don't want any of those Tevinter bastards getting away. No offense, Krem.
None taken. At least a bastard knows who his mother was. Puts him one up on you Canary, right?
So, you've seen us fight. We're expensive, but we're worth it. And I'm sure the Inquisition can afford us.
The Chargers seem like an excellent company.
They are, but you're not just getting the boys. You're getting me. You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. Demons? Dragons? The bigger the better.
Both.
And there's one other thing. Might be useful. Might piss you off. Ever hear of the Ben Hasra?
They're a Kunari organization, right? The equivalent of their guards in City Watch.
I'd go closer to spies. But yeah, that's them. Or, well, us. The Ben Hasrath are concerned about the breach. Magic out of control like that could cause trouble everywhere. I've been ordered to join the Inquisition, get close to the people in charge, and send reports on what's happening. But I also get reports from Ben Hasrath agents all over Orlais.
You sign me on, I'll share them with your people.
You're a Kunari spy, and you just told me.
Whatever happened at that conclave thing, it's bad. Someone needs to get that breach closed. So whatever I am, I'm on your side.
You still could have hidden what you are.
From something called the Inquisition. I'd have been tipped sooner or later.
Yeah.
Better you hear it right up front from me.
True. Front load your red flags.
What would you send home in these reports of yours?
Enough to keep my superiors happy. Nothing that'll compromise your operations. The Qunari want to know if they need to launch an invasion to stop the whole damn world from falling apart. If you let me send word of what you're doing, it'll put some minds at ease. That's good for everyone.
I love the difference in attitudes between the Iron Bull as a Ben Hasrath and Sten as a Sten. Very much more accustomed to working with non-Kunari, whereas Sten very much was not.
What's in these Ben Hasrath reports you're offering to share?
Enemy movements, suspicious activity,
Intriguing gossip.
It's a bit of everything. Alone they're not much.
Salacious.
The spy master is worth a damn. She'll put him to good use.
She?
I did a little research. Plus, I've always had a weakness for redheads.
All right, you're in.
Excellent. Prem, tell the men to finish drinking on the road. The Chargers just got hired.
What about the casks, Chief? We just opened them up with axes.
Find some way to seal them. You're Tervinter, right? Try blood magic. We'll meet you back at Haven.
Well, time to add the bull to the roster. Right then, we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, and what are we doing with the Iron Bull? Well, he's two-handed. Countering energy attack now does bonus damage and adds to your guard. Your counter attack does more damage and slashes in a full circle. Damage bonus 200%. I like damage. I'm going to make Bull a damage boy rather than a defendy boy. Mighty Blow costs less, so reduces increased damage. Enemies get knocked down are slow to get back. Let's do more damage against those who've been knocked down. Pummel Strike. Staggering Strike. Lightning Strike. Harder and faster. Ooh, we like harder and faster, don't we? Right. Here we go. I love how I get rid of my Kunari armor and then immediately get the Iron Bull. I thought it would be a little bit longer before that happened, but nope, it was not. Right then. I am going to go pee before I move on. I will see you in a moment. Let's do that. And put the arcade fire back on, shall we? Hi there. Apparently Rhythm Box is all about the Mega Man music right now. Not that I blame it. It's good as far as video game soundtrack. Actually, you know what? A lot of video games have good soundtracks. But, as a franchise goes, it is one of them. It's one of the games of all time. Right, we want to get some shards. Look to the eye of a skull. Right, there are 3 shards around here. Speaking of shards, Baldur's Gate stream the other day. This morning, in fact. Made me want to play that game again. Oh. Whoop, whoop.
That's some good armor.
Are you referring to me?
Some high-ranking women wear ornamental crap with tits hammered in. One good shot, and all that cleavage gets knocked right into the sternum. Real messy.
True.
Good on you for going practical.
I aim to please.
Leave something to the imagination, too.
Bo? Jesus fuck. It took me 100 hours to get Sten to say anything. And he just comes up with this right off the fucking bat. Leave something to the imagination too. Although, I really wish you were bisexual. Sandra, really. Mind you. Whole Jack thing. Why let me flirt, like, incessantly with her? You know? Read the book. Something Parvolan, something to Vinter Mages. Magisters. Channeling our boy Fenris. Our boy, I say as if I didn't have to kill him. Don't suppose fighting side by side with you is too much to ask? Yes, it is. These mages will do anything with their freedom. You let them out of their cells. very quickly turning away from Gideon Emery and into always watching Wazowski, always watching. Oh, you found more. Loot. Yoink. Mine now. A sturdy adventurer hat. Oh, 22 maximum health. That's useful for you. Or Legion Henin, you know what? I kind of wish I could keep hats on for specific characters. Hey, Mrs. of the Sea, how are you doing? Because I feel like the hat is part of her personality. Nevertheless, let's get rid of the hat. Right, is there a shard in here? I hear it. Is it above me? Ladder says yes. Yep, here we go. Cleaning house. Inquisition were dispatched to meet with a group of bandits on the Storm Coast. Inquisition lost contact with its soldiers before they planned rendezvous with the bandits. Okay. Let's hop down then and find these bandits. Maybe they're more friendly than the people I just killed. Probably not, because people you've already killed are quite friendly. They're not hostile anymore anyway. Friendly might be pushing it a bit. Iron! Yoink! Oh. Did we do that? By we, I mean Vivian. Did Vivian do that? Yes. Yes, we just came here. Oh. Turns out left alt targets people and things. Surely the bandits are around here. Ooh. Oh, it's a sack. Right.
These must be the missing soldiers.
Oh.
I will see that their families are notified when we return.
Only came in here to open the door.
It looks like the bandits are camped further along the beach.
These notes were found near murdered Inquisition soldiers, as though it were left behind instead of... the paper is not crumpled or torn, as though it were left behind instead of dropped. Not our place to disagree. They're attempting to set themselves up along the shore, and we have orders. You're the sword, not the hand that wields it. You taught me that. If they're worthy, let them come down with the Mercy's crest. The blades of Hessarian will listen. You will only get yourself cast out. Or worse.
Our men were murdered by a group called the Blades of Hessarian.
If you're interested, it looks like we can challenge their leader.
Caesarian's blade is supposed to represent mercy, not random slaughter.
Yeah, well, Archon Caesarian was, you know, hardly the hero of that story, was he? Blade of mercy. You think I wish to wield this weapon from Divinta Magisters? You must be joking. Okay, Fenris, it has better stats what you're currently using. Melt it up for all I care. Nothing to do with it. Okay. I'll do just that. Do we not need the thing? We have the thing? It said it mentioned a thing that it wanted us to have. Storm Coast. Offshore requisition. Requisition! Right. Got it. I'm going to do that. Where's my... Oh. Oh, this terrain is not entirely even. Oh, Nug. I love how in Origins, Nugs are exclusively underground in the Dwarven. Oh, Bureau Fallen Rocks, nice. But here they're everywhere. In fact, are Nugs exclusively on the surface in this game? I don't remember there being any in, like... Granted... You only visit the Deep Roads in this game. You don't go to Orzammar. Right. I need 2 Serpent Stone and 1 Deep Stalker hides. So it looks like I'm not doing that just yet.
Word for you.
What is it?
This may be worthwhile.
Oh. Right, I need Serpent Stone, but more importantly... Oops. this like across the sea? Can I do this yet? Oh. Iron. Oh. God, you see the flesh melt off their body. That was grim. I see why people are afraid of mages in this game. Mages. No, just stop taking the piss out of Fenris. He makes it so easy though. Iron. Black locust. Lotus. Spindleweed. That looks like a spider hole. Spider hole. Worst kind of hole. Oh, more spindleweed. Oh. This is where the dragon is. Think. The dragon would imply this. Ooh, dragon blood.
That was some solid work back there, Seeker.
You as well.
The way you backhanded that guy with your shield and then damn near chopped him in half. Hey, are you as turned on as I am right now?
Am I what?
That's probably impossible anyway.
Fair enough, Bull. Vivian, what was that supposed to achieve? Whoa. More dragons. Oh, there's an Australian nearby. Oh, there it is. Look. Oh, more shards, look. Ah, there's the rift. Right, let's see what shape it wants us to draw this time. The big bugger. Can I be asked? I think this is usually where I give up. I think I'll do the outline first. Ding. 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 Hmm. No. That won't work. Nearly. Bollocks. Well, I've created a mirror image of what I just had. That's not even the right shape. Yeah, that's not right. What the fuck is this? Actually, that's not a million miles off. Oh, I'm there. That. It's like it's been. It's like. It's been. Oh, bugger. It's like a faithful. It's like that woman who tried to make that a faithful reproduction of that fresco. And ended up making it look like, I don't know, some kind of baboon. Jesus. No, there's not a vertical line there, is there? Two. How the fuck do I get that last one? Hey. give up. Maybe I'll Google that later. This is probably the point where I usually stop bothering with those. This looks safe. Bull says, I don't need no fucking bridges. Oh. Oh, that was quick. Mine now. The last statue is situated at Morin's Outlook. One served as a mark for ships coming trade with the dwarves. Beyond an assumed connection with the great dwarven port Derwin's Mouth, nothing is known of the statue's namesake. Hard in Hightown, Chapter 2 by Varric Tethras. Magistrate Dunwald's butler had an air of a man who had never risen before dawn in his life. He stared down his nose at Donan Brenokovic and his partner Jevlin, as if he were on some lofty balcony above them instead of standing on the parlour in his dressing gown. The magistrate is indisposed. This can wait until a reasonable hour. Don't know why I've given him that voice. The magistrate is indisposed. This can wait until a reasonable hour, seems more appropriate. He gestured for the guards to see themselves out. The magistrate is dead. Dolan corrected him. Wake the household. As the butler left, Jevlin shifted uneasily in his new armour. Shouldn't the captain be here? We go back to the barracks. Be my guest, Dolan said with a shrug, only half listening as he studied the collection of displayed in the room. A dozen ancient swords lay nestled in display cases, protected from dust and prying fingers. He moved to lift the lid of the nearest one. Jevlin started to protest, but then the doors opened. She had eyes the colour of topaz and dark hair that fell across her brow like sword strokes. She strolled into the parlour with such dignified elegance that Donan didn't realise for several minutes that she was clad in a housecoat and not a ball gown. You have news about my husband? What's Seamus done this time? Forget to pay his bill at the Rose? She seated herself and indicated the guards do the same. Donan nodded at the recruit to speak up. No, Lady Dunwald. Actually, she interrupted him with a wave. Marielle, please. Lady Marielle. Lady Marielle, your husband has been murdered. Donan took over for the flustered recruit. When did you see him last? Marielle stared at him, her jewel-coloured eyes wide, and her voice cracked on. Murdered? Seamus? But a heartbeat, maybe two, passed, and she again became the perfect picture of noble grace. I saw him at dinner. She answered in a tone anyone might confuse for a comment on the weather. He left before dusk. He said he was going to pay wicked grace with the Comte de Favre. Do you know of anyone who might have wanted him dead? Jevlin asked softly. People want magistrates dead on principle, she gave a wry smile, but her voice grew pained. Criminals, political rivals, even people in his district who disagreed with him. She drifted off, lost in thought, then turned to Donan, eyes blazing. A week ago, a letter came. Vague threats. I thought it was nothing, but it upset Seamus. Who sent it? Donan asked. It wasn't signed, but the seal was 6 crossed swords. should just jump. It is the direct path. This is fine. Okay. We killed the target, fair enough. Alright. Use this opportunity to get a bit closer. Oh, he's dead. I had thought he would use a potion, which is why I didn't do anything. They're fucking knocking me into the sea. Well, we killed a rift. And I need to go pee, so I'm going to BRP. See you in a minute.
Government will. I've got to get that out of my head. It's a new day today and the coffee is strong. I finally got some rest. So a man's put to task and challenges. I was taught to hold my head high. Collect what is mine, make the best of what today has.
I should really remember to pause the game when I alt tab out, because looks like stuff's been happening. Oh, the dragonlings, right? Okay, apparently you got in a fight with some dragonlings while I was peeing. I need to find one of the caves that has deep stalkers in it. I think there'll be deep stalkers in here as well as spiders. Yeah. Was the answer to that one? There are. There's some spiders. There's the deep stalker hides. He's a large lad. Oh. Was that light deliberate? I don't think that was meant to happen. Alright, under the astrarium. Under a different astrarium. Yeah, this light is definitely not meant to be doing that. Oh, there's a spider block in the back. Wait, how shocking is this staff? Shockingly bad by the looks of things. Vivian. Okay, it's slightly better than what you have. Oh, it's lightning. weird flashing is light. Oh, there's the dragon. So yeah, it is and is not meant to happen. It is meant to be flashing. It is meant to be lightning, but it's not meant to be inside the cave. We can take this dragon. Right, the dragon is now gone to where we were.
You know, Seeker, your style doesn't have to be so defensive.
Excuse me?
You've got armor. Let them scratch the paint a bit. You can wind up for a shot that'll really ring their bell. Some part of you wants to just cut loose. I can feel the frustration in your swings. You need any help with that frustration back at camp, let me know.
It's never going to happen.
Apologies for giving offense. I will stop making imitations, Seeker.
I was not offended, nor did I say you should stop. So long as we're both clear, it's never happening.
Works for me.
Right, weapons. No, even the shield we got from that thing was not better than the thing she has. All right, fair enough. And by that thing, I mean the giant. Right, here's a Fade Rift. Arianuan, where are you going?
I'm falling back.
Oh, I've got low health. Had low health. I don't want to heal. I have got almost full health. Ow. So much for this strategic position. Fuck off! Stop fucking targeting me! I'm squishy. Do I have to do everything myself? Evidently, yes. Yes, I do. On the boat. What? At least let you walk around the boat, for fuck's sake. You're back? I'm killing all of my future army. Right. Surely. Surely. No. I say, surely a Kunari battle axe is decent. No. Here's not. Velveteen. Oh, we can make a tapestry. Good for us. If you're gonna attack anyone with lightning, a pool of salt water would be the place to do it. Oh. I feel like I could just walk around. Like, maybe you can't. Maybe the sea's in the way. Huh. I thought this is where it came. Apparently not. I was really sure I'd find it here. Okay, I'll go back then. Alright, who leveled up? Me! Me leveled up! Use your staff's energy to fill the area with sympathetic magic. Each basic attack shortens your active cooldown times. I mean, okay, but cooldown's not really the issue. It's mana. I think. Yeah, it's mana. Sarian hounds. Right, we have absolutely gone after the dogs first. Dog is after me. These dogs bite. Right. That dog doesn't bite, not anymore. Only thing that dog's biting is the dust. Enhanced Counter-Strike ring. Hang on. I don't have any of these. I think Cass has. I think she has challenge. Or does she have rally? It's just challenge. I don't have anything for any of those. Really wish I could see the abilities he has on this screen. That seems almost unfair. Oh. Is this the one that's on top of the cave or inside the cave? One of them's slightly annoying to get to.
Right through your armor, doesn't it?
On top of Joy. No. Oh, okay, we got it. Okay. This is kind of implying to me that I was supposed to go down and not up. This does also look like a set of... How the fuck did you jump backwards there? Right. This hill is ours now. Prophet's Laurel. Not to be confused with Prophet's Hardy. Missed. Oh, you're aiming for Vivian. Oh, is that where the dragon is? See if there's a safe way down.
We should look around.
Maybe we should look around some. Oh, found it. He's not here. We've searched thoroughly. We now move on. How many days have I wasted here with whispers lurking at the back of my mind on this mad assignment? I pray we have more luck as we head south. After speaking with the other wardens, I told the fishermen about the darkspawn we sense beneath the earth. They may not burst forth from the ground today or tomorrow, but I fear it won't be long. And will not be here when they finally surface. The fishermen were grieved at the news, but they decided to make for the West Hill, which is safe for now. As for the fisherman who was interested in joining, I convinced him that now was not the time. Others may have told him otherwise, but he is too young to make such sacrifice simply because he does not wish to throw his nets into the water all his life. We shared one last night by the campfire. He went on his way with a smile, humming to the song of Andrew as he left.
The wardens were here at some point.
Aha! Yoink! Right. Now is a really good time to find that camp. Oh, that place I thought the dragon was actually where I'm gonna be. Make of that what you will.
Not a bad spot to camp.
Yeah, picturesque. It's like a beach on Cornwall, this. Right, now we go back. Let's challenge these blades of Hysarion. These merciful murderers. Oh. First. Oh. I'll get them later. I'll be in the area again. Oh, not that way, I won't. Right, maybe I'll get one of them now. Actually, I'll go up there and to the left, I think. Maybe I'll get it now then.
How many keys does this stupid temple have, anyway?
Temple? But we haven't actually discovered the temple yet. We aren't supposed to have that. We aren't even supposed to know their keys yet. But do go off. Huh. I think these are paths. Though they look. Maybe not. Paths down, maybe. Okay, let's go over here. And hope this is a path I can travel. Looks like it. So the implication is that these shapes in the rock were hewn by dwarves. Oh, good old teleporting Vivian. Despite the fact that it looks identical to the Giant's Causeway in, like, well, supposedly links Scotland and Ireland. At least there's an end. The Giant's Causeway is either end of, like, either end is in Scotland and Ireland. Like, what it actually does is probably mythical. The giant bit is almost certainly mythical. Everyone knows that giants went extinct in 1862. Not very well travelled these days is the Giant's Causeway.
You know, Viv, you're not bad with that staff.
You will address me as Enchanter Vivienne, court mage to the Empire of Orlais.
You know, I know someone else is not bad with the staff, eh, Iron Bull?
Oh, right, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am works as well.
He is such a power bottom. Way up somewhere. Here it is. Should find the door. If this was Cyberpunk, I'd just double jump over the fucking thing. But alas, it is not. This works.
With a challenge. The others failed.
So I have.
So you would challenge the Blades of Asarian?
You killed soldiers of the Inquisition. We cannot let this stand.
You want justice? Claim it.
He was disappointingly easy, actually.
It's done. As long as everyone here respects the outcome.
Your worship, the Blades of Asarian are at your service. If you want eyes on the coast, here we are.
I've not heard of the Blades of Asarian.
Our work is often misunderstood, but we serve Andraste and whoever proves worthy of wielding us.
Do you have anything to report?
Nothing of note, your worship.
I should go.
Safe travels, your worship.
Right, you. You actually do Whirlwind. And I don't really need Mercy's Crest anymore.
You alright?
I was just a girl. But I remember them, you know.
I know. We'll be safe here.
A bitter note. A note presumably penned by the Blade's former leader. I don't care what the Inquisition claims. They lie to serve their own purpose. Do not listen to their corruption. These ills belong to the Blades of Asarian, and have I not been good to you? You follow my will, as you would the will of Andraste, so you have sworn. No, they follow my will. Whether that's the will of Andraste, I say remains to be seen, but who cares? Oath sworn by the new converts to the leader of the Blades of Asarian. You were lost, as were we all. Grant me purpose. You were unhearing, as were we all. Let me obey. You are the sword, as are we all. Wield me in her name. At least they're not worshipping a okay. Very inquisitorial of you. Right. Go left then. What level am I? 9? I think so. I should probably move this so it's not right in the way of the UI. It's only in the way of that bit of the UI. There's nothing else up there. Last time I played this game, I had the stats there in the middle. Oh god, there in the middle. I should be careful doing that. One time I wiggled the mouse too fast. So when the cursor disappears for you, what's actually happening is it's becoming like enlarged for me. There's this thing in KDE Plasma where if you wiggle the mouse vigorously, it gets bigger, and it keeps getting bigger until you stop. It's so that if you lose where the mouse is because it's small, or maybe you've got lots of displays, if you wiggle it, it makes the cursor bigger so you can find it more easily. But it stops capturing in the game when I do that. But one time I did that while the game was running, and it like crashed my entire PC. I don't know why, but either way, now that I know that's a thing that can sometimes, if rarely, happen, I should probably avoid vigorously exciting the thing. The first time I played this game was on two GTX 970s in SLI. And the SLI support was actually quite good. And it was at 4K 60 FPS in gameplay with like medium-ish settings. Except in cutscenes and conversation where it dropped to like 10. And not loading screens, but you know when it's the smoky grey stuff when you're starting the game, that dropped to like 5 to 10 as well. I don't really care because it's not active gameplay and it wasn't really latency intent, critical. And like I said, the gameplay itself was 60, it was fine. But the concept of now maxing out the game and just getting always over 100 is just insane to me. I'm growing more convinced that if he was ever here, he's now long gone. Still, it would not do for us to miss him through laziness. And he was one of our most skilled warriors. If anyone could hide himself here, it would be he. One of the fishermen shows promise with a spear and his shoulders like an ox from throwing nets all day. He asked about joining the Grey Wardens. Under other circumstances, I'd be honoured to take a worthy and willing volunteer. Now, my orders did not say whether I should seek new recruits, even with our circumstances, or because of them, I suppose. It did not hurt his cause, it was easy to look at. So I really wish to know more about the Dalish. Wow. Sounds like someone wants to master their taint. Plough their deep roads. Darkspawn are louder than I thought at first. The constant whisper at the back of my mind makes it difficult to sense them as easily as I used to. But they are near the surface. Perhaps bandits are not the worst these people have to face. What I do find kind of interesting though, I should go back and watch my last stream. Like, it's on YouTube from the last time I played it. Because I played this on a RTX 3090, and I swear the 7900 XTX is blowing that away in terms of how well it's doing. I'm sure I was getting like 70, but I don't know if I had AA on. I don't have it on at the moment. I tried it, and even though I was getting like 90, it felt heavy. I felt the latency. It felt like I had triple buffer VSync on, even though I was only having AA. But I turned it off. So I prefer the snappiness and the, I guess, free camera feel. over the slightly more, slightly higher image, I wouldn't say quality, but right, this looks like it. Oh, sunstone. Yoink. Oh. Disappointing. I thought that was a bridge. I mean, it is, but it's not one I can use.
One down.
There was only one. Oh, no, there was not. There can be only one. This looks like a bridge over here somewhere. I do miss how in Origins and I think Dragon Age 2 I could just zoom out, right click somewhere with the map, and the game would pathfind its own way there. Oh, right. Never mind. I found my way up without any climbing. In fact, I just sort of pathbound. So Galan made his way through the wood till he saw the lights of the quarter moon shining on the rock. Elise emerged from the pines and they shared a quick embrace before making their way to the waiting ship. The local version of the Resourceful Lovers. Great, my lover. It's said that lovers who kiss the stone tree will be blessed with a long and happy marriage. Those fond of the superstition tend to ignore the renditions of the tale in which Galan and Elise drown at sea. Just to hold her from her unpublished book, folk nonsense and other absurdities. Gee, I wonder why that went unpublished. Fine. Let's see. The fuck is this? You know what? I just can't be fucking arsed. I agree with Past Me on this. Fuck that shit. Fuck line puzzles. I was gonna say, like, fuck Jonathan Blow there. Like, slightly too aggressive. Just because he made some games that are, like, pretentious line puzzles. Okay, no, I have no opinions on him one way or the other. But the only reason I'm thinking about him is because of the line puzzles in this game. That's it. You know what? Fuck him. No. Him sliding upwards. Down. I'm tempted to put the UI back up and just leave it up permanently. I always want to just see what my health is, and I can't. Not until I'm in battle. Then it's full, so should I care? It is useful to know. All these pissing dogs. Why are these Mabari wilds? Well, this really is... It's like someone at BioWare was like, we call this the dog land, but there's no bloody dogs. We should do something about that. And yes, in my mind, everyone who works at BioWare is from Somerset. Fight me on this. I don't give a fuck that they're based in Canada. They exclusively hire people from the West Country. Oh. Oh.
Iron Bull, did you clean your weapon after the last fight?
No. Odds are we're going to be killing something again in a few minutes.
Pragmatic.
Besides, the bloodstains are good for scaring enemies. They see a big, messy blade, and they... You know... I'll go clean it.
Thank you, darling.
Yes, ma'am.
She is domesticating him. He's turning into a proper little subby. A 8-foot tall brick shithouse built like a fucking monster truck. Little subby. I do agree with them in a way. I have a lab coat at work that is properly stained with like iron 3 chloride and shit. Like, it's chemically stained. That is not coming out. And it just makes it feel used, you know? Like it's actually done something. It's served a purpose. I feel like a surgeon who poo-pooed the idea of germ theory and was affronted at the idea of, that my blood-stained cloak might actually be bad for patients. Like, the more blood you are covered in, absolutely the better. It just makes you feel accomplished, you know? Like you've actually done something with your time. I feel very sad that, like, hygiene... I feel bad that hygiene is actually worthwhile and saves lives. Because actually it'll be a lot more fun if it didn't. Bloodborne diseases weren't a thing. I think we'd all be better... Mind you. That kind of goes without saying, doesn't it? If bloodborne diseases weren't a thing, we would all be better off. What if all diseases weren't a thing? Wouldn't we all be better off? That's such a controversial statement there. Still no trace of him. I feel the darkspawn in the ground below. Maybe lurking close to them, perhaps preparing to die with honor. That's it. The only lead we have so far. I confess, this seems like a fool's errand at times, given how much is at stake. We saw bandits harassing the fishermen, and we intervened. Fishermen thanked us, though I fear the bandits will return again in greater numbers, and we will not always be here to help. Nevertheless, as long as we are here, the fishermen are safe. The dreams continue, as they do every night. Make it harder for us to sleep, but we must persist. Hopefully the others will have found a solution by the time you return. In the meantime, I sing the song of Andruil to myself to clear my mind as best I can.
This belongs to the Wardens.
Right, I had thought... Oh, it's a fucking bottle. Ten green bottles sitting on the wall. 10 green bottles sitting on the wall. And if one green bottle should accidentally fall, there'll be 9 green bottles sitting on the wall. We searched the area but found no sign. If he was here, it was some time ago. The fishermen in this area are friendly. Unlike some, they remember how the Grey Wardens fought to save Ferelden in the last blight. That was 10 years ago. Though they had little, they shared some of their catch with us to give us a better supper than we had tasted in weeks. They even deferred to me once they saw that I commanded the other wardens. There are few, even in Ferelden, who would watch an elf command men without pause. A friendly folk. After all this land has suffered in the past years, I hope they find some peace.
Wardens must have moved on.
Moved on to where, I wonder?
They're searching for someone, but they can't ignore the breach. Whoever the Wardens are seeking, he's led them away from here.
And if one green bottle should accidentally fall, there'd be 9 green bottles sitting on a wall. How much have I got? 39. I am approaching a time when I would like to be a merchant, but not quite yet. Oh, there's a mountaineering doggos. I don't know why I'm coming up here. It's clearly not. Clearly down somewhere. Pain. So be it, Jedi. Fine. We're at the point where things are dying very quickly now. Health root. Pick it up then. I say as if I weren't the one missing with my right click.
Enough place to camp, I suppose.
Oh. The Sarian's Blaze, obviously they're on my side. Obviously. I became the leader. Why would I not do that? I'm an RPG protagonist. I'm literally the main character. I hear a dragon. I think I hear a dragon. I hear something. remember this. This is the cave I can't open. I don't remember where it leads. But I'm very sure there's a war room thing to excavate this area. Primeval red lyrium. Right, it's inside that cave, isn't it? All of this is. Let's go the other way then. Interesting, the blood locust, black lotus. Yeah, blood locust. Black lotus can live in seawater and freshwater. Usually things are adapted to salt water or not. Let's come this way. Basically, come down here and look for a path right. That looks like one. Oh. 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 Definitely looks like that is the path, but sure. Let's just follow the compass needle. Warum nicht? Does look like a path though. Westridge. Got a name and everything. Have I read this? The body may die, but the soul is everlasting. Androsse's human form was put to the sword and burned, but the fire only purified her, made her immortal. She was called to the Maker, but saw with clear eyes that her work was not yet done. She went to Mathrath's side, seeking an executor of her will, but saw the traitor for what he was. She went to Hessarian's side, but saw that Hessarian was not yet ready to give himself. And so she went to the lowly Amari slave Treffir, who served the Archon and gave unto him the great sword of mercy with which her mortal life was ended. To him she said, "Take this sword and with it bring my judgment to the world. And Trafir took the sword and became an instrument of Andraste's justice. In Fessarian, telling of the Order's founding, Blades of Fessarian, an ancient secret society who believe they serve Andraste and were chosen to bring her judgment upon the weak and the corrupt. The Order was founded, according to their tales, by the Tevinter slave Trafir, who returned to the lands of Alamari bringing the Sword of Mercy. Since then, the Blades followed the one who bore the sword with unquestioning loyalty, as he or she was considered to have been chosen by Andraste. Chantry scholars have determined that Trafir's account, detailed above, is pure fabrication. If Trafir even existed, it's likely he stole the Sword of Mercy from Fessarian, his master, before fleeing to what is now Ferelden. Less generous interpretations maintain that Trafir simply passed off his own sword as the Sword of Mercy to gain power and influence. The last recorded sighting of a blade of Fessarian was in 812 Exalted. Before Andrastianism, the Forgotten Faiths by Sister Rondwyn of Tantervale. Where is this pissing dragon? It flew off somewhere. It fucks off. Oh, this is pretty and green. Long river. It's a river, and it's long. On the right. I don't know why I keep looking at my map. It's literally there. Rift at the Falls. So follow the river to the falls. I hear falls. It looks like it's through the cave. That's the smallest bear I've ever seen. Oh, there's the rift. That blood lotus. It's blood lotus, and the last one I saw was something else lotus, that's why. Are we ready? No. We are ready for level 12 rifts.
I confess, I had assumed you would not be comfortable fighting alongside a mage.
We use Cerebos when we need to.
That is hardly the same.
No, ma'am. Fighting with you is more like hitting an enemy while a dreadnought pounds their front line. All fire and smoke ahead of you. Half the enemy already on the ground by the time you get there.
So I am a Qunari dreadnought.
I, didn't mean to offend you.
Not at all. I am Madame de Fer.
And also, I kind of agree with Vivian. You use Cerebas when you need to. Yeah, sure, whatever. Oh, they all leveled up. But like, I've seen how Qunari treat their Cerebas. They are literally sewn up. Actually. Oops. So to say that we use Cerebas from time to time when we need to, Vivian's right, that is not the same. Okay. Done them all. Right, there's a thing, but there's also a thing. Through the mist, the water shone a brighter blue than the sea outside. I knew they would come soon. From the journey of Molly Heslin. Yeah, Holly Meslin. Sealed Kinloch Hold, the circle tower at Late Cannon had where Heslin was made. Tranquil. 9-5 dragon. The word is oof. Veilfire.
Interesting. It may prove useful.
There's something around here then. Some rune of some kind. Where did I drop my torch? Well, there's the rune. Torch is somewhere in the undergrowth. Another fucking spider. Won't let me go, like, without combat. Lightning rune. Oh, don't need the failfire anymore. And here's a shard. Right, they all came in. Offer from the Blades of Asarian operation. Is it an offer if they serve me?
That mercenary band that joined the Inquisition, the Bull's Chargers, they've got a healer of their own. He showed me some tricks. Got a demon claw wound to stop festering faster than I'd ever seen.
I've heard good things about the Chargers. Polite and respectful they are.
Everyone's respectful around us. Never know when they might need their guts shoved back in.
Actually, before I do this, I'm going to take a quick pee break. Because I really need to pee. Why else would I take a pee break? Anyway, see you in a minute.
Sings like that song that I love. Its meaning has not been erased. And so there are claims forgiven, and so there are things that are gone. Houston is filled with promise. Laredo's a beautiful place. Galveston sings like that song that I loved. Its meaning has not been erased. And some inside. Their memories yet to be still. Belief has not failed me, so I put to the test.
Please don't ask me how I feel. I feel fine. Oh, I cry a bit. I don't sleep too good, but I'm fine.
Right. Pause Genesis. And I'm gonna go see people. Josephine, Vivian, Solus, Sarah, Tarek, Limbo.
You've seen Enchanter Vivienne? That's the picture of what a circle maid should be.
She looks like a noble. It's arrogant.
It is not arrogant to be unafraid.
It seems Blackwall knows nothing about the disappearance of the Grey Wardens. It's a disappointment. I am, however, glad that he is with us, even if he was not what I expected. He seems to be a good man, and his experience will be an asset to the Inquisition. As for the other Wardens, I suppose we will have to keep looking. Anything I should know? I have nothing to report at the moment. I'll leave you to your work.
All things in this world are finite. What one man gains, another has lost. Those who steal from their brothers and sisters.
Sarah, anything?
Something on?
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Again with your people. Right, which ones?
Thoughts on Iron Bull?
It makes me wonder about things. I mean, what do women look like?
Woof. Any thoughts about Warden Blackwall?
He's too good, right? Like to see him out of that uniform. Not like that.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
Got the door again.
Mika, you're here. You're the Herald Van Draste. And you were sent to shame us. Mistreating the elves. I pay my elves good and proper, you should know. Friend of the Aerodage and all. And I mean, I'm Slissa. Can I get you a drink?
It's all right, Flissa. I won't do anything frightening.
If you wanted to close the breach, it wouldn't matter. As I said, I'm Flissa. The Inquisition soldiers needed a place to unwind, so Leliana brought me in to set up a tavern. Nothing fancy, but it's safer for the soldiers than looking for trouble in some village.
I came here to set up a tavern, see? He wanted someone to serve drinks. Said I'd know a pint of brains. That's from Kirkwall, that is! That bottle's from Kirkwall. They all are. You're Leliana.
You said Leliana asked you to run an Inquisition tavern. How did you meet?
Dumb luck, mainly. I managed the name back in Denerim. When I heard interesting gossip, I'd pass word to Liliana. Sometimes it was helpful. She asked if I wanted to own my own tavern, and I said yes. I didn't realise she meant this.
What can you tell me about this area?
Adani's Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harris is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can make you, Thren the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Segris. His prices aren't too high. Yet. Oh, there's also Minave. She studies beasts and things, as I understand.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
What can I do for you?
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
You're an apostate, yet you risked your freedom to help the Inquisition.
Not the wisest course of action when framed that way.
I appreciate the work you're doing, Solus. I just wanted to know more about you.
I'm sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
What's Mythal like? Ben Harel, how did you separate the gods, the creators, from the forgotten ones? To quote Merrill.
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
I don't know of any spirits by those names.
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure to the people they encounter. Wisdom and purpose are too easily twisted to pride and desire.
I wonder, was there a way that we could have helped Crook in Dragon Age 2 to become a spirit of purpose again?
You're saying that you became friends with Pride and Desire Demon?
No.
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
I'm impressed that you could become friends with spirits.
Anyone who can dream has the potential. Few ever try. My friends comforted me in grief and shared my joy. Yet, because they exist without form, as we understand it, the Chantry declares that spirits are not truly people. Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
I hadn't thought about it that way, but I see your point.
Thank you. Few are willing to entertain such a notion.
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
So, Plymouth was once a human woman. And from what I gather, became sort of subsumed within the spirit of Mythal. Like at one point there were two distinct individuals. I wonder if that was the same with Fen Harel. Like if the elf standing in front of us really did grow up in a town to the north. Before he was the Dreadwolf.
Did spirits try to tempt you?
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
That's another thing I don't understand about the lore of these games. Non-mages fall asleep They dream, they enter the Fade. Mages don't. They take lyrium and enter the Fade consciously. But they are also shown to sleep. Do they dream in that time? Do they need lyrium? Are they conscious? Do they enter the Fade like anyone else? Do dwarves sleep? Dwarves don't dream. That much is established. But do they dream but then not sleep?
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
Two reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger.
That is fair.
Destroy the world. I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
Ah.
Inquisitor, that is why I joined, not why I stayed.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You train your will to control magic and withstand possession. Your indomitable focus is an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
You said you traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, and you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers. The best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors. I saw Alistair and the hero Ferelden light the signal fire, and Logain's infamous betrayal of Kaelin's forces.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire, and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Kaelin fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed, and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
And you can't tell which is real?
It is the Fade. They are all real.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
It's on the way to Cassandra.
I told you that it was complicated. Without the divine...
You people, with your fancy robes and your fancy words, you think you sing a better chant than the rest of us, but you really only hear yourselves nattering on. We don't need a divine. We have the Herald, and whatever she says is good enough for me.
Aww. I'm not even Andrastian. Anything new?
Need something?
I read your Tale of the Champion.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Carry on.
No. Pram.
What can I do for you?
Can we talk about the Bull's charges?
Best company you'll find from here to the Anderfells. In my time with the Chief, we've gone up against everything from bandits to magic trees. We're expensive, but you'll never doubt we're worth it. Want to know anything in particular?
Do the charges specialize in anything from a tactical standpoint?
Paul doesn't want us large enough to work as an army. We're better as shock troops or skirmishers. We've got archers for hitting enemy infantry, Dalish with more archery, and her people on the flanks. Rocky handles fortifications and traps, and Stitches keeps us all fighting. They mostly hold back. I'll lead the frontline fighters with Grim, and the chief goes wherever he can hit something.
You said something about everything from bandits to magic trees. I'll admit to some curiosity.
Right. Sylvans. That's what Dalish called them. Apparently spirits.
Yarp.
There's trees too. Some noble in the Dales, and they really don't like it when you call them Dalish nobles. Had a haunted forest. His family had abandoned the land, but he wanted it back. The chief bought us all axes, and in we went. Between the axes and the torches, the Sylvans weren't too bad. Worst part was the squirrels.
We'll talk later.
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing it.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Canary learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
I'm impressed by what Cullen has accomplished with the troops.
Damn right. It takes time to build a group into a team, but he's got their loyalty. Now he just needs them to make a decent shield wall, and they'll be good to go. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top.
Yeah.
Got no leader. No Inquisitor.
The Inquisition has done all right so far without an Inquisitor.
That's because all we've needed so far is damage control, reaction. A group can handle that. Once you've sealed the breach, it's going to be time to make decisions. Someone's going to have to step up. Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
Hopefully.
You think?
No.
It won't. But it could.
You're right.
Can I help you?
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds.
Ooh, very 1984.
And then you've got the spies.
How do the re-educators work?
I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily.
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that every memory is like the page of a book. When you examine a memory, you're turning to that page, and when you're there, the page is laid bare. Write a few notes in the margins of the page, erase a word here and there, and your whole outlook changes. Always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
None of those sound exactly like you.
Yeah, I was a special case. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal-Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
You seem like the type who enjoys a good fight.
There's a good fight, and there's finding out who put rat poison in the bread and killed a bunch of children. I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal-Vashath. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
Not many people would have the courage to do that.
I thought about letting some rebel kill me, but I couldn't give any of those bastards the satisfaction. The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal-Vashath, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
That's,
Damn.
You did ask. Anyway, nice talking with you.
I'd like to know more about the Kunari.
You writing a book?
What I've heard about them sounds fascinating.
What you've heard was mostly horse shit.
True. Well, not true. I mean, for her, probably. From what I've heard, everything I've heard is from Sten or the Arashok. Not many people have heard. Okay, everyone who's played the Dragon Age games, but not many people in universe have heard like what the Kunari are from the leader of their military.
How do the Kunari rule themselves?
It's pretty simple. We've got the matriarchy, the priesthood, and the military. The priesthood figures out how Kunari should live in theory. The matriarchy makes it work in practice. And the military keeps the Kunari safe from outside threats.
Does it actually work like that? Is there much infighting?
Not like you're thinking of. People disagree, yeah, but the priests are there to solve disagreements. Here in Olay, politicking comes from people putting their own gain ahead of the gains of society. If you do that among the Kunari, the Ben Hasrath set you straight, or kill you.
I've heard there's no marriage among the Kunari.
Yeah, that's true. Kunari love our friends like anyone does, but we don't have sex with them.
Kunari don't have sex?
Oh, we definitely have sex. They're Tamasrans who pop your cork whenever you need it.
Seriously?
Yes. It's not a big deal like it is here. It's like, I don't know, going to see a healer. Sometimes it's this long, involved thing. It takes all day, leaves you walking funny. Other times you're in and out in 5 minutes. Thank you. See you next week.
That sounds different.
Yep. It's more fun here. Fewer rituals, more making it up as you go along. Plus, you folk have redheads. Redheads.
Just a shame Eliana's taken, really, isn't it?
How is everyday life different for Kunari?
Depends on your job, I guess. Some are just about the same. A baker in Val Royeaux gets up, gets dressed, and starts work. A baker in Parvolan does the same thing. They don't care about the Empire or the queue. Mostly they worry about breaking eggs and hope the dough rises right.
It can't be exactly the same. The Kunari have no personal freedoms.
How many personal freedoms do you figure that baker in Val Royeaux has? Life isn't about freedom. The baker in Parvolan wonders if she'll be given enough eggs to do her work. Will they come on time? Will the kitchen workers get her bread while it's fresh, or will they come late and blame her because it's stale? Same crap in Val Royeaux. People are just people.
What's it like growing up under the Qun?
The Tamasrans raise us in these units of kids all our own age. They're like teachers or chantry.
The Tamasrans, who also just said were the sex workers.
When they learned I could hit stuff and lie, they started training me for the Ben Hasra.
You never knew your parents?
No. I know for you folks, that's a big deal. The Tamasrans were like our parents, though. Taught us to read, helped us go to sleep, all the parent stuff. I remember the one who helped me build things with blocks. She laughed when I knocked everything down.
Do you ever think about what would happen if the Kunari conquered Orlais or Ferelden?
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die fighting. Those two love rules. But the mages... Can you imagine Solus trying his fade dreaming under the Qun? Or Vivian doing her political bullshit? Both Sarah and Varric would mouth off until they ended up re-educated, drugged until their minds broke. So, to answer your question, no, I don't think about it much at all.
You have a much more holistic approach to this than basically anyone else.
The word Kunari, is that the race or the religion?
Yes.
Kind of. The humans and elves who follow the Qun are the Vidathari. The Qunari who break away from the Qun are Talvasha, deserters.
What about Qunari who existed before the Qun?
The people we came from. They're called the Kossith, but we don't use that word for the race. We came south to Thedas because the Kossith were... I don't know. We had to leave. The stories aren't clear. But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they are.
See you later, Bull.
See ya. What's going on?
So, how did you get the name Iron Bull?
I picked it. We don't have names under the Q. Just, I don't know. Job descriptions, I guess. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
But why specifically Iron Bull?
This may surprise you, but I really like hitting things.
Shock.
Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. I like having an article at the front. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless weapon. An implement of destruction. That really works for me.
I've never had this conversation at Haven before. Every time I've had this conversation in the past, I've already been the Inquisitor. I'm sure there's been a comment about also having the definite article in front of my name.
See you later, Bull.
See ya.
Greetings.
That's enough for now.
You know what?
Another time.
Maybe we are friends enough, actually.
I have some more questions.
Why am I not surprised?
Very well. Speak then. Perhaps we should move on.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
Very well.
I'll let you get back to work.
Perhaps we should move on.
Did you need something?
Is there anything I should know?
Redcliffe wasn't always a refuge for mages. Some of our recruits have family there. They fear for the place, as do I.
That's all for now.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
Oh, there he is. I remember.
Travel safely.
Maker, look at it. So much easier to ignore when it's far away. And to actually walk out of it. To be that close.
If I hadn't been saved by the Inquisition soldiers, I don't know what would have happened.
Inquisition soldiers? That's not what I've heard. I have to admit, I thought you'd be...
Human?
Yes.
Being up front is better than knife fear.
It was a foolish thought. Should have known better than to say anything. It's what you do and how you do it that's important. Just one question then. How do you think you fit in with all this?
It's been a whirlwind. It's hard to say where I fit.
I guess we'll have to figure that out. For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards that killed the Divine. They owe us some answers.
That nug in the background.
I've heard rumors of abandoned warden camps all over these parts. If we have time, I'd like to take a look, see if there's anything we can salvage.
Let's talk about the Grey Wardens. You must know a lot about them.
Yeah, you must.
The Wardens? I'm afraid we're less exciting than we seem.
Really?
The Blight's been over for 10 years. What do Wardens do when the world's not ending?
There is still Darkspawn, Just because we kill so many in Ferelden doesn't mean they're gone. And the world is not so peaceful that there's no use for good men with swords. Sometimes you have to figure out for yourself what the pledge to protect others really means. It's not always about just archdemons and blights.
Where were you during the Blight?
I was in Ferelden, on my own, like always. Quietly killed my fair share of Darkspawn too.
You don't sound French. Sorry, Orlesian.
You haven't had contact with other wardens for a while. Why were you on your own?
It's what I've always done. Recruitment only requires one man. Besides, I've always been a loner. Works best for everyone.
You were in Ferelden recruiting when the hero of Ferelden was running around, just her and Alistair, just the two of them, evading Logain's efforts to have them exterminated and then fight the Blight. Leliana was there. Does she not have questions for him about where he was during that whole escapade? Leliana was in the thick of it. She was on the front lines. The three of them. Okay, there's Stan and Zevran and Alison and Morrigan and other people. But still, fuck was he?
So you have no idea where the rest of the wardens are?
Do you find that odd? The Blight is over. We don't need an organized force. And orders don't change much from day to day. For the last 1,000 years or so, it's been just find Darkspawn, kill them, repeat as necessary.
Let's continue this at another time.
As you wish. I'll be here if you need me. I'm here.
What do you think of the Inquisition?
I expected more. More men, better equipment. You may have Andraste's favor, but wars are won by men, soldiers.
Avoiding war altogether would be ideal.
True enough. Still, it never hurts to be prepared. One thing I will say about your men. They're passionate, devoted. You inspire them. Build on that foundation, and you will have an army that makes nations tremble.
What do you think about all this trouble between the Mages and Templars?
Looking at it from where we stand, it seems inevitable. But that could be hindsight. How many of us actually saw it coming? Either way, I don't think the Chantry will ever recover.
What do you think of Haven?
It's a war camp that was once a pilgrim's refuge. It's the state of the world, though, isn't it? Holy ground turned into a battlefield. Pity about that temple. Would have been nice to see it.
What do you think of my advisors?
Josephine's lovely, and craftier than you'd expect. The Inquisition could not have picked a better ambassador.
What do you think of my advisors?
Leliana seems nice. Also a little frightening, but mostly nice.
You're not saying that for my benefit, are you? Are you so certain you're being watched?
Are you so certain we aren't? I don't want to wake up with a blade in my kidneys if I can help it.
No, anything I've got to say about Eliana, I can say to her face.
You must have some feelings about our friends.
I fear for Cassandra sometimes. The way she throws herself into battle. I've never known a warrior like her.
What do you think of the Inquisition's cause?
Restoring order is a goal I support wholeheartedly. But that's not the end of it, is it? Not by a half. The Lady Seeker believes we are restoring the Chantry. Others say it needs reform. I don't know where you stand on the matter, and I'll admit I haven't made up my mind either.
We should return to our duties.
As you wish. You are, after all, in charge.
They've all decided that I'm the Inquisitor anyway. Like, all it is just making it more official. And all they have to do is win a battle against Corypheus. But we don't even know Corypheus yet.
Your enchanter Vivienne lives well.
She remains loyal to the Circle and the Chantry.
So you say.
Have you seen otherwise?
I have seen someone who says the right words, but with no spirit behind them.
She who trusts in the maiden.
Ooh.
Fire is her water. As the moth sees light and goes...
You're saying she's a politician? Madame de Fer.
Yes?
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
I will take these injury reports to researcher Minave.
The apothecary would like to know why you need so much death
Mm-hmm.
To do my job.
Oh, I'll just tell him that, Enchanter.
I'm not an enchanter, I'm an apprentice. Just please tell Adon I need that death root.
And I shall embrace you. In my arms lies eternity. Greetings. What exactly does your job entail? I meet with ambassadors from various factions and countries, and cement alliances with them. We are a young cause. Diplomacy is essential to our credibility. Then you speak for the Inquisition with these nobles? I do. Someone must foster goodwill on our behalf.
And it ain't gonna be me.
Controversy as news of us spreads. How heavily are our actions scrutinized? Make no mistake. Every noble house, every throne, is waiting to see what the Inquisition does next. Many are willing to pledge support, if offers are made in just the right fashion. I intend to see that they are. Tell me how you came to work for the Inquisition again. I'd been considering leaving my post in Antiva for a new challenge when Leliana recruited
You got a challenge, alright.
unrest in Thedas, and the Inquisition seems a promising method to stop it. It's to everyone's benefit if we prevent the Mage-Templar conflict from spreading further. So was it the prospect of stability that drew you here? The full impact of the Mage Rebellion has yet to be felt, and that was before the death of the Divine. The violence must be curbed before we see it turn to full-scale war. Bringing the Mage-Templar conflict to a head could be the only way to resolve it. Surely we can find a solution that doesn't leave all of Thedas in ruins.
Maybe.
What do the people make of us? Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more. Any visiting dignitaries I should watch out for? None in particular. Our guests are well pleased with what they've seen.
Yes. Good. Hello? Can I help you with something?
I'll speak with you later.
Travel safely.
Blessed are the righteous, the lights in the shadow. In their blood the Maker's will is written.
Interestingly, the ruins are Alamari in origin, belonging to the tribes that inhabited Ferelden almost 1,000 years ago. So greater interest, however, is that none of the runes translate intelligibly, meaning it's all in code. According to the translators, a reference to the Guardian also indicates an island of the northern coast. Most curious, I would continue translation efforts in the hope that we can narrow this down further. You got money. Lady Caprina reports having had a wonderful tea with the Comtesse and has delivered a transcript of their conversation. The triangle? Oh, I remember it well. Drawn in my open leisure by a visiting Antivan trader from whom I wished to buy a ship. The deal immediately fell through. I assume I did not react to the triangle in a way he anticipated. As he left, he said to me, "Do not be so eager to ride the waves, madame. Those across the sea will come soon enough." That's ominous. Your worship, the Blade of Passarian keeps supplies along the shore. Consider them at your disposal. Our former leader increased our caches significantly, although some consider his methods dishonorable. Evil are the Blades. They work for you. Let them keep their supplies. We know little of this group. Perhaps instead they have knowledge worth sharing. We cannot openly accept stolen goods. Of course, we have no way of returning them. We may discreetly take found goods. We could use the resources. Our soldiers can deliver them.
Let's see what we have.
The Alamari runes found in the mountain passages outside Haven have finally given up more of their secrets, pointing to one of the larger islands off the northern coast of Ferelden. The island is quite large and covered in dense wilderness, so searching it will be an involved process. According to the runes, however, there should be some connection to the original disciples of Andraste and the Guardian of the Sacred Ashes. It requires stealth, few skilled agents, and in given enough time to quietly search the islands. If you have an interest in the area, others will follow, so let's go in force and occupy the islands. I know a few adventurers trustworthy enough to send to the islands. Let them search and report back to us.
Let us begin.
And Cullen. Oh, that's finding the Templars. Nah, not doing that.
To work?
Get some cash. Right, and with that, let's save. Exit. And drop in. It is 1 a.m, so I've stayed here an hour later than I intended. I just wanted to go around and talk to some people. I didn't mean for that to take a whole hour. But it did. And I am actually genuinely tired now, so that's probably a good thing. Anywho, let's drop in on Raid and whatever. Let's find which one of these browsers is the real one. Right. Open the old Twitches. Okay. Right, let's go see some Pokemon Crystal. Right, raid. Oh shit, all caps. 8-Bit D is playing Pokemon Crystal. Now let's have a look at the joystick. Let's use online on joystick where we might want to go. Have a look. Let's go see I Am a Sin, and you'll see why as soon as we do it. Right. So good night. I'll see you later.